What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video about skinny fat. Alright guys, my main goal today for you is to kind of pass on my knowledge of what I know and what I've done that has been successful from going from skinny fat to cutting back down to kind of just be skinny. Setting you guys up for like that perfect baseline of where you want to start from was like what I did. Get myself to where I was comfortable to kind of begin my journey from putting on muscle or putting on weight or getting leaner, whatever you want to do from that point, but getting to a point where you're happy and you can finally make a decision for sure on what you want to do next with your time. So ignore the fact that I'm like emphasizing certain words, like I'm not meaning to do that. You know, basically I just want to start with like the cutting phase. Obviously there's more to it than just cutting. There's a lot of little things that involve with cutting, and I want to go one by one with all those little things and kind of figure them out for you guys to help you out in the best way I can. Let's start it off with dieting. A lot of people hate that word, and I'm going to assure you that you should not be afraid of it. You should not dislike it. It's not a bad word. What the problem is a lot of people incorporate dieting with like eating salads and only eating like specific things and small amounts of things like that. But really, dieting is just keeping track of what you're eating while staying away from like the junk foods. Obviously, that's not a good healthy diet. We can't be eating Little Debbie's and Twinkies, Mountain Dew. I mean, my favorite snacks as a kid. That's what got me to the point where I was unhappy, and we realized that once we actually start counting calories. So the most important thing I have to say about dieting to start off is we have to start counting our calories. If you want to be successful and you want to lose weight, especially lose the hard to lose weight, you have to count calories. There's a lot of apps out there to help you count calories. Of course, you just have to turn any food you eat around, and on the back of it, there's all the calories on there. We don't want to be eating anything that's empty calories, things that aren't giving us macronutrient benefits. So nothing that has, you know, the good proteins, good fats, and good carbs. It's stuff that is just filled full of the empty carbs, bad fats that are going to really be detrimental to your cut. It's going to really affect you in a negative way. It's going to be a lot of calories, but it's also going to be a lot of calories that aren't going to fuel you, be efficient for you when you're trying to work out or trying to go on a run or trying to lose that weight. It's going to be negatively impacting you 100% of the time, no matter what you do. Which leads us to like, how many calories should I be eating? That's a good question I get from a lot of people. And to tell you the exact amount is hard. I can do math to figure it out if I know your body fat percentage and how much you weigh. But besides that, it's usually going to be a guessing game. To tell you how much you should eat in a day is kind of going to revolve around you figuring that out on your own. Of course, there's websites out there that can kind of give you a basic idea of how much you weigh, your height, and your age, of how much you can eat per day to kind of maintain. But what I would do is try to limit yourself as little as possible when you're trying to lose weight, even when you're trying to gain weight. Try to make sure, especially during your cut, you're not eating too little calories. You're not going to feel good every day, but just limit yourself by 100 or 200, because you're still going to be, if you're working out on those days and you're running, you're burning calories throughout your whole day no matter what you do. Especially if you're going to be working out, especially if you're going to be on a run or a jog, whatever, play a sport, you're going to be burning extra calories. So even though you're already in a 200 deficit, you're going to even burn more than that. It's going to speed up the rate at which you can cut and lose weight, but at the same time, you're probably going to be feeling low energy, which is why we go back to the point of where we need to eat food that's going to fuel our body, stuff that's going to be healthy. I mean, lean protein is great. Obviously, chicken is one of my favorite lean sources of protein. It's a great meal. It fills you up. Tastes great. Obviously, some people like fish. I love fish. Fish is another good meal to have. Then you need veggies. You need to make sure you're getting your veggies. Broccoli, a great filler. It's going to give you healthy carbs, the dietary fiber in there. It's going to fill you up, even a little bit of protein. I would even say a little bit of rice with your chicken. So broccoli, that's a meal right there. That's going to fill you up. One chicken breast is about 140 calories. A cup of broccoli is like 30. And then one cup of rice is 205. I mean, you're sitting at like a 350 calorie meal, 360 calorie meal for dinner, lunch, whatever you want. That's low calories. It's going to fill you up. It's going to taste delicious. It's going to be very beneficial to your health. So really, once you start losing weight, you know, you want to make sure you're losing about 1 pound a week. That's going to be efficient. It's going to keep you healthy. Some of us can lose 2 pounds a week when we first get started, depending on how much weight we have to lose. 2 pounds a week is okay to lose, and it is healthy as long as you're not starving yourself, as long as you're getting enough food, and you're getting enough energy source, things like that from your food that you are eating. eating correctly is going to help you fuel your body even when you're losing all that extra weight. If you start losing 2 pounds, you will slow down at some point. I'm not saying plateauing or anything like that, but you will slow down to a point where you're going to have to lower your calories more. 50 calories, 100 calories, a little less, just a little less in the day. And as long as you keep calculating it, you're not overeating, you're staying under that limit, and you're continuing to lower your calories every single, probably 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, you'll keep losing weight at a nice rate. Once you do get lean, though, when you get to a point where you do not have that much body fat on you and you are, you're right to like, I almost have a 2-pack, I almost have a 4-pack. It does get harder. You're probably going to have to change up your training maybe a little bit, maybe do a little bit more cardio or just lower your calories a little bit more. But something's going to have to change because it starts getting to the point where we have fat inside our bodies that's covering up our internal organs, and that's kind of the fat that's the last to go, because obviously that's our healthy fat. We can't lose all of that, of course. We still need some of that, but that's going to be that extra fat that we kind of need to really focus on to lose. I'm not saying we should lose all our fat on our bodies, because we do have to have some to survive, but we can lose a lot of fat that we wouldn't think we could. So obviously stay as healthy as you can. Don't lose too much weight, but in the end, make sure you are always changing up your diet, changing up your plan, so you're not going to be hitting plateaus. You'll never really stop getting your progress. Awesome. We got diet out of the way. Diet's taken care of. Better idea of what you should be doing, what you should be eating. Healthy foods is what's going to be the ticket. Anyways, on to the next point, training. What should your training be like? It's simple, really. If you think you're strong, if you were bulking and now you're skinny fat because you bulked, incorrectly, or you just bulked up and that's kind of what happened, and you want to keep any strength that you have, I'm going to tell you up front, you can hold on to a lot of the strength that you take and the progress you make while you're bulking, you can hold on to that while you're cutting. You're going to have to incorporate a lot of strength training, though, into your routine. Obviously, just doing like lower reps and lower reps and higher weight is going to be like your ticket. That's going to be to hold on to that strength gains that you have already. Typically, you're not going to be able to get stronger while you're cutting. Some people can. Some people can for only a little bit. Depends on how you're training. As a natural, it's not very easy. It takes a really specific way of training to do that. I can't promise you guys you can do that. What I would just do is focus on minimizing the loss of your gains that you already have. If you're just starting and trying to get into it, then don't worry about it. Let's just start you on a new program to get you ready for the gym and ready for when you're done cutting, that you can start bulking correctly and get into a good system. When I was cutting, what I would do is a lot of medium reps, lots of volume, just to try to kickstart my muscles in case I could get any growth in them while I was training. I would say I probably didn't grow that much during training, but I could say I probably got a little bit more muscle in my body while I was cutting. Obviously, when you're cutting, you're going to be losing fat, so your muscle is going to show a little more. It's just like toning up your body. Typically, I do a lot of like 6 to 12 reps. A lot of things mostly were like 8 reps, 10 reps. Nothing too crazy. Typical workout splits, back and biceps, chest and triceps, shoulders and legs. You got to find what works for you. Personally, that's what worked for me. That's what I like to do. That's what kept me going to the gym 6 days a week, so I was active. Obviously, I couldn't work out for super long because I didn't have all that energy. I had to eat specific foods all the time to make me have the amount of energy I could throughout my whole day of working out, then working, working out, then working, working out. Same thing every single day. I didn't do too much cardio. I would recommend doing like 20 minutes of cardio every other day at least until you figure it out. If you're heavier and you can't do as much cardio, just start with walking. You have to start where you know you could start. Don't push yourself too far early. Don't just not do it because you're like, oh, I can't run, I might as well not do any cardio. You got to start somewhere. If you're a little heavier, yeah, you're going to probably be achy on your knees, your joints, things like that. But that's why we're losing weight, right? Like, we need to get out there. We need to get walking around a little bit, just moving. We need to move the body. That's how we're going to burn more calories. So what I'm telling you to do, splits, make sure you're working out. Make sure you're doing enough reps. If you really want to hold on to your strength, do a little bit lower reps, higher weight. Obviously, it's going to be up to you what you want to do. You're going to have to do what feels right and what makes you feel like you're in the most control of what you're doing. That's just what I have to offer for you guys. So I talked a little bit about like the cardio side of things. Like I do recommend you do a little bit of cardio. It will help you in case, you know, you do go over and you eat a little bit more than you should. The extra cardio can kind of burn some extra calories for you. Typically, you know, just get out there and do something. Just be active. The more active you are, the more calories you're burning. The more you're doing, the better you're going to feel when you're done. You know, I hope if you guys have any questions, you'll ask. I hope that you would do that, and I just really look forward to hearing back from anyone that has any questions. I'm here to help. My goal is to help anyone I can not get stuck in the phase that I did, and also prevent them from maybe getting stuck or getting to that in general. Obviously, if we're already there, hey, I've been there. I got out of it. That's what I'm here for. It is what it is. But I just want to say, guys, happy Halloween. I hope you guys go out there. I hope you stay safe. If you do go out, if you don't, you know, if you have some parties to go to, enjoy yourself. It's my day off today, so I am not doing shit. So I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. I'll have another video out here in a couple days talking about the bulk. So take it easy. Have a good one.